one on the weather 405.
Winner 405, good morning, Saba Info.
CU estimating at 36, aircraft is India. Crew Captain Alberna, first officer Arundel. Fuel upon arrival should be just about 650.
So the security gave me one of these jackets that allowed me to come out on the runway to be able to film the plane leaving, talk to the pilot, talk to the fire department. So this is a little special privilege. Thank you to the security.
That's right.
Taking my chances along with my
Okay, thank you. Okay, whew, these narrow stairs. So this is the tower at the airport where I have gotten permission to go up into. The radio room. Here's a view from the outside. But wait, there's more stairs. So this is the tower at the most famous airport in the world, according to me. Don't you agree, Stanford?
Yes, I do.
And this is Stanford. He's been working in the tower for how long?
22 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a long
I'm
time.
the veteran here.
You're the veteran, yeah. So you have seen a lot of different landings.
Yes, I have my 22 years.
Adventurous ones.
Yep. And I try to videotape all of them, you know. But
Do
after
you?
a while, I delete them, you know.
Ah, okay. Every time I talk about this airport, people go like, yikes. But then I tell them what a safe airport, because we've had, how many, 50, almost 60 years
Almost 60 years.
almost 60 years of perfect landings. So yeah, this is like a perfect view, and thank you for allowing me to come up here. It's like, this
So
is like
there's where we have the people wind direction and the speed.
oh wow.
And this is the Q&A, the barometer. And this time you see here is UTC time, Universal Time Coordinator.
And it's really good for people that can't see good. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So then how far out is the plane when you have contact with them?
They normally call us like 5 minutes out.
Okay.
So they establish contact with us, and then when it gets closer to final, they ask for another wind check.
Okay.
And then when they land, we give them the on time. And then after that, when they're leaving, then when they're ready to taxi out, we look for clearance, because we do have other traffic coming in and out,
Right.
And then when they leave, we switch them back over to Juliana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Juliana is the main.
The main hub.
Yeah.
And now you have occasions that the flight comes in, and if the wind is not good, they like circle
They
and
circle when they go back.
and
But
still.
right now, we try to advise them before they come, so we give Winnie all the information.
Okay.
So when the weather's not too good, they don't come.
Don't even
Yeah.
that try don't happen anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never used to
Not too
like
often.
the word try.
Yeah.
Well, that is awesome. So, and now how long does the flight stay here before it takes off?
The max is 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
10 minutes. We do
okay.
a fast turnaround. They're gone.
And I always used to say that taking off is easy. Do you agree that?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
survived the Saba landing. That is the tagline. But man, you got a really nice view from here.
Have a nice camera.
Thank you.
Saba Info, Center 1 on the weather 405.
Winner 405, good morning, Saba Info.
CU estimating at 36, aircraft is India. Crew Captain Alverna for Saba Arundel. Fuel upon arrival should be just about 650. And we have 14 souls on board.
Winner 405, Saba Info, Roger. Winds are 120 degrees, 12 knots. QNH 30, less than 04. Report turn final.
Right, call you turn the final runway 12 or 405.
Why are the numbers on the runway? What do those mean?
Here we have runway 12,
Uh-huh.
and here we have runway 30. So when the wind direction is blowing today, it's 120 degrees. So that means it's right down the runway. But it actually represents our runway. So the 12 and 30 is actually means 120 degrees and 300 degrees. That's what it actually means on the runway.
Oh, that's what the numbers, the 1, 2, and the 30. So now that means something. And I see the wind bag is like up the field, so that... Oh, pretty interesting. I learned something new today. I didn't know what those numbers meant. But thank you so much for sharing this
You're welcome.
with us, Stanford.
Okay.
And I got permission to film the landing from on the roof of the airport. So here comes Winnie for its landing on the smallest commercial runway in the world. And the captain is the only Saban captain. There's 2 Saban co-pilots, but the captain who's landing is the only Saban captain right now that's flying for Winnie. And here it comes. The runway is 1,300 feet long. And they have a pretty perfect record. The wind is right. That was a perfect landing. Hi, Louis. I'm Cheryl.
How you
Nice to meet you. I'm going to give you my, and I'm happy you took the time to do this because I have a YouTube channel. I'm from Saba. I know your grandparents really well, your mom, and I just heard that you are the only Saban captain,
As of right now.
right? As of right now. So when Stanford told me that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here for. So how long have you been a captain with Winnie?
I've been a captain at Winner. I believe it's kind of funny with COVID and everything, but I would say since 2019.
2019?
Yes.
And you started with Winnie?
I started Winner in 2015, December 23rd.
Oh, wow.
So it's been pretty long time for me.
Pretty long time. Good for you. And you enjoying it? Is it
Every day.
an adventure?
Every day is an adventure. We have, Saba, Samar. So like every landing is a different landing.
Landing. And how many islands you fly to?
So far, we service most of the winter routes. So Saba, Statia, St. Kitts, Antigua, once in a while Dominica. And then we have Tortola and, you know, various charters once in a while. So
Wow.
various charters, you know, was like St. Vincent last year. Like we had weddings, we had to take some wedding material down there. Once in a while we have to do some maintenance on the aircraft, so we have to even fly the aircraft back to Canada. So we have some pretty fun adventures here.
Yeah. Well, I was up on the roof looking at this, and this was a perfect landing.
I try my best every time.
Good job. Well, thank you so much for your time. This
All right,
was
no problem.
awesome, and I will send you the link for the video. Okay?
Anytime. Thank you.
This photo represents a historic day on Saba, October 24, 2022, when the first flight ever with 100% Saban crew landed on this airport. Saba is proud of the newest co-pilots for Winair, Joshua and Avant, soon to be captains. And stay tuned, because in our part 2 of our airport series, we will have an interview with Joshua and Avant, so don't miss this. In the event of a medical emergency, there is a helicopter and a medical plane that comes in to take patients out to St. Martin. So I'm here today with Sheldon, who's with the fire department on Saba. And Sheldon, can you tell us how long you've been with the fire department?
I've been 5 years into the fire department.
And what is your role here on the airport? What do you do when the plane comes, and what's your role?
Our role is more or less protecting the airport as the flights is on land, more or less to say, you know. Anything offshore is not really our responsibility. So yeah, that's what we do more or less at the airport.
If you guys are here, can the plane land, or
No.
someone always has to be here, right?
Yes, we have to be full on shift, operational, so the plane can land.
So that the plane can land, yeah. And now, have you had to take these trucks anywhere else on the island? Have you had fires?
Yes, we took them, had a good bit of 8 trucks. The biggest one actually was by Trisha. You know, my first experience was drip for me. Yeah, and handling the fire was, how could I say, it was an experience for me. Like, it wasn't a training, you know, it was a reality.
Right.
So it gave me a good perspective of the job, more or less, you know.
That's really hands-on training, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, yeah. How long ago was that fire?
I would say, I don't know, about 2 years back or
About
something
2
like that.
years back. So Sheldon, you were fairly new with the fire department when that big fire was, right?
Yes, I was, that's right.
Wow. So you've learned a lot in your 5 years,
I
right?
did, yeah, I learned a lot.
A lot.
A lot of experience.
Wow.
Way too much experience, you know.
Yeah, that's not good on a small island to have a big fire like that. I agree.
But it's good though, you know, because where I have my mind today, it keeps me want to keep going up, you know.
Good for you.
Yeah, you keep learning yourself, you know. It's always tips and tops and tricks and trades in here, so you keep learning yourself on how to become a even better firefighter than how you was yesterday, you know.
Perfect.
Yeah, so every scenario is always different, you know. So I believe you got to think different on everyone, also, you know. You always got to improvise, you know.
I agree.
Until you overcome the situation.
I agree. Well, thank you so much for your
Not a
time.
problem. Thank you.
And I hope you won't have those real life experiences anymore.
We wish
but
not
keep
for it.
growing.
Right.
Good job. Thank you.
All right.
I believe this propeller was a gift to Saba from the very first plane that landed on Saba in 1959. And this is Wancho Irauskeen, who got the funds for the airport, and that's why it was named after him. Remy Dehan, and the first pilot that landed. Jose Dormoy, who was like the most famous pilot, and everybody else who was instrumental on this airport. Gray, I'm not sure his story. George Leo Hassel, who was the airport manager for years, and Freddie Johnson, who was the face behind Winair, but now his kids are running it. Arta Ansline, and Eugenius and Mr. Levinson were all commissioners back in the day when the airport got started. This beautiful mural of Saba and Winnie was done by Joan Bork in dedication of the 50th anniversary of the airport. And I know, that was awesome. Yeah, have a good trip. Bye, have fun.
I feel great.
It feels good, right? Have fun, Lynn.
Thank you so much for filming when we come back.
Yeah.